All right, everybody, none of you, welcome to Star Trek House of Torg, Episode 2, Part 2. First, we're going to give our quick intros for who is here and who is not, and then we are going to, kick it off with a recap of last time. So, let's see. Let's start off with Captain Borath. It is close. Yep. And how would people know you from other things on the internet? Okay. There you go. And Tessa Rangers asks, do Klingons have pink blood in your canon? And that's an interesting question because Klingons have pink blood in Star Trek 6, but nothing else. So I like the pink blood, so I tend to go with yes. And also the artwork from the Star Trek Adventures book heavily uses the pink blood aesthetic. So I'm going to go with yes.
The medical color blood is.
And you were muted. So okay, we're gonna summarize this real quick. That's Captain Borath. It's Benthoven. You know Benthoven. All right. Sorry.
Next.
Anyway, TD Lane, say hi and tell people who you are.
Hello, I am TD Lane. I am playing Lord. I'm Lieutenant, First Mate, and Security Officer, and I enjoy trolling sponges, I suppose.
Okay.
That's about all I do on the internet, really, at this point.
Let's see. Let's go for Lieutenant Commander Kruge.
I am Lieutenant Commander Kruge. Although I thought I was just Lieutenant. Did I get a promotion?
No, your command. You would normally be called Commander Kruge.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Yeah. Good job.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Welcome. And you are. How would people know you in terms of who's playing? Who are you?
I'm known as Duke Ellington.
All
I
right.
think I've changed all my usernames to be that, so it's consistent.
I think there's still a few Dukelingtons around.
Yeah, some of them have the Duke and the Ellington smashed together for no reason at all.
All right, and then last but not least, we have Lieutenant Mogoth.
Hello, I'm playing as Lieutenant Mogoth. I'm Deadly Dakota Raptor, and my biggest claim to fame is I once got name dropped in a Gutsy Gibbon video.
There you go. I mean, that's not nothing right there. That's, I mean, basically that makes you a star.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so unfortunately, one of our players couldn't make it. He is hanging out with a buddy who is going to be going on deployment soon, which is a perfectly understandable thing. So I'm going to explain a little bit of how we can make this work. So he is in the current scenes that we're doing. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using the rules for supporting characters for his character. So if there's a supporting character in a scene, but that is not currently being actively played by a particular player, that character can only do tasks that, can only perform actions that do not require a task roll and assist in other characters performing task rolls. So for instance, if you guys were to get into combat, he couldn't on his own, say, fire off his disruptor. But what he could do is, if someone else is going to fire his disruptor, he could give an assist die, which would come about in sort of saying, like, maybe he's giving suppressing fire or something, or he's distracting someone else by firing kind of wildly so that they're not paying attention to the real threat, which is the person making the task roll. Or he could assist. Yeah, or he could assist in a melee combat, which would consist of something like, maybe tripping the guy up or, distracting him or something like that, or giving a little extra punch while you're in there with your dagger or something. So that's how we're going to handle this. And then once we get back to the ship, assuming that you guys do get back to the ship, we're just going to remove crewman Ethel from like future scenes. She'll just go back to the galley. Does that work for everybody?
Yeah,
that works for me.
All right, so now I'm going to do a recap. So last time on Star Trek House of Torg, the crew of the IKS Sorpuq vaHbo, which is the name of our ship, of course, received a communication from the head of the House of Torg, and she told them that a farming colony, which is sort of a joint Federation Klingon enterprise in which her house has a financial stake, has been suffering from strange problems. People are aging too fast. The wine is going sour in the bottles or in the barrels. The fruits are dying on the vine and whatnot. Terrible stuff. So the ship warped off from Narendra Station, where they had been enjoying some R&R. And they found out that there was an excess of chronoton particles coming from somewhere. And they discovered a Romulan base, and at first suspected that maybe the Romulans were actually behind all of this. But as it turns out, the Romulans were actually studying the chronotons, and at least according to the scientists, they weren't the source of it. Now, they tried to check to see if anyone was lying, and they couldn't find any lies, but that doesn't mean it was true. It could also just mean they failed their check. So, right now, they have a couple Klingon prisoners in tow, and they have been told that there is a clean room, as well as a power generator room, which they may want to investigate. Because one of those things, actually both probably, would be a good thing. For one thing, the lights are currently out, so it might be handy to have the lights back. And for another thing, the clean room might have some more information about what is going on. So that is where we're going to start. But before we start, of course, we are going to get our opening credits.
Lor, Shuvit Pukvur Cheron, Klingon Dud Sorpuq vaHbo, Takme, Tachbor, Dich, Rojvam, Kalish Bativad, Klingon Wotvad Je, Potme, Huj Chuk Charch Tach, Edge Muchuk Net Tach.
All right, so we start back up, and we are about to decide where to go next. The power supply, or the power room, or whatever, or the clean room.
So, how many of us are here right now? 3 or 4?
4 of us are here.
I say
Corporal Anon. Oh, by the way,
split up.
because Corporal Anon is not here, I am actually going to be taking away one of my threat, because the game assumes that I'm start off with 2 threat per player, and that's how we've been kind of going through it. But because he's not here, I don't feel like it's fair to keep all of that threat, so I'm bringing myself from 7, which is where we left off, down to 6. So I now have 6 threat, which, there you go. That's a thing now.
We have 5 momentum.
Yes, you do. Although,
All right, I think we split up. What do you guys think? Crew, split up. All right, make it so.
does anyone have any... You can make
I
suggestions
think
and whatnot.
should definitely be in the group that heads towards the power station.
Okay.
Very well, make it so.
All right, so who's going to head where?
I'll go wherever you want me to go, Captain.
I don't care. I can't decide. TD Lane decide. That's an order.
His name isn't TD Lane, by the way. It's Commander
It's
Lore.
Lord is BRB for real.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to come up with some decisions, Captain. Who's going
I'll
where?
go to the clean room.
Who's going with you?
Lord will come with me.
Okay, so Lorg will go with you. And so is it just you two, or are you bringing someone else?
Yes. And the other two are going to
The other
what
three.
is it? I thought they were.
We still have the NPC version of Corporal.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Bring that character with us.
crewman she's
And the other
going with
two
you.
can go. Yeah, and the other two can go to the power station. Is it to fix the power?
Okay, so which scene would we like to do first?
The power station scene.
Okay, we are going to drop your momentum by 1 as at the start of a new scene. All right, and so the power station is going to be Kruge and Mogoth, right?
Sounds right.
Okay, so even before you open the door, you can hear the faint humming of a power generator coming back on from this room, and as you're there, the lights start to flicker a bit. When you open the door, you see that both the power supply and the cloaking device for the Romulan outpost. Large conduits run overhead, carrying power to the rest of the outpost. On the far side of the room, 2 Romulans are attaching a device to the fusion generator's main regulator. They are so intent on their work that neither of them looks up at you.
Can I get a roll to identify what they're attaching?
You absolutely may. You may take a reason engineering task. And you can be assisted by Kruge, which I guess I will do since he's... Or no, yeah. Kruge, you can assist if you want.
What is it?
Reason engineering.
Oh, I should really be able to help with that. But that's just a 1 task roll, right?
Yeah, you only get one die. All right, well, that is 3 successes, which actually means you get 3 momentum because it was a difficulty 0 task. So let's see. That's a bomb.
That's a what?
That's a bomb.
Oh dear.
So they're working on a bomb.
Yeah, they're going to blow up the place. Now, you can bank up to 2 momentum. You just gain 3. So one of them is either going to be use or lose right now on a like gather information check. You can choose to bank the other 2, or use them again for get further information. But
I mean, should we try to stop these people?
Like definitely. Yeah.
So is that a question that you're going to be using as part of a? Because I can't say what you should do. I can, however, answer questions about like if you ask like what kind of yield are we expecting, something like that.
Oh, that.
I mean, I don't know if that matters as much as we just need to stop them. But I'm asking my teammate here.
Okay, if we can't bank, I think we should. If we can't bank it, I think we should use one of the one that would drain on a stat of just how bad of an explosion would be, and then we need to either ambush them or just take them out in the more honorably Klingon way.
I mean, we could use the momentum to attack, right?
So you don't need momentum to attack, but what you could do is use momentum to keep the initiative, so that you could both go, you could both fire one after the other, and maybe take one down immediately before they can set the bomb or something like that. Or you could use the momentum to increase your attack rolls, or to re-roll some of your damage dice if you don't like them. So those are all some options.
Okay.
But right now you have a free use it or lose it spend on gain information. So what information do you want out of this check?
How close are they to having it properly wired up?
That's a good information to have.
So they are probably between less than a minute is how long you have until that bomb is ready to go.
All right.
Okay. So we have to
communicate that, and we have to get into an ambush them.
Do you want to bank the other 2 momentum?
Yes.
Okay, so you may simply fire at them and take the first turn because they have not noticed you.
All right.
So who would like to take the first turn if that's the plan, is to fire at them?
That's an explosive.
You probably should. I don't deal a lot of damage.
That's true.
Unfortunately.
All right.
So I guess we're both able to fire before any of them do. Is that true?
If you spend momentum to keep the initiative, then you can do that. Yeah.
I think
Okay.
that's the best option. Good best option.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess it doesn't matter who shoots first.
Yeah. Let's pick one.
Since we're both going to do it. So I will pick it. Let's see what I have here. Yeah, the disruptor pistol.
Okay, that's going to be a control fit, or control security. You need to see if you hit first.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going to take that as the actual damage.
Okay.
Which is not great.
No, it's terrible.
You could spend momentum to reroll 4 dice. If you hit. Let's see if you hit.
Yeah, let's see if I hit.
That is a hit. And actually, you got a free momentum. So I would just say, just use it to reroll 4 challenge dice. So up in the challenge dice roller, just type in 4 and roll.
Okay. Why is that not 4?
Rolling 4 dice? I don't know.
I put 4 in the challenge dice, but I have task roll on 2. I don't know.
You know what? Whatever. I'm just going to go with it. Good job. Like, sure, why not? Okay, so
if I put 0 in, it gives me 4. So you may want to use that.
Yeah, I'll use that one, fine. Alright. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 damage to one of the Romulan Ulans. And so there we go. Alright, now we would like to spend momentum to keep the initiative.
Yes.
Okay. I assume, Dakota, that you were going to shoot at the same guy.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do overwhelming firepower.
Alright, take a control security. Very nice. You also gained momentum back. And, okay, so that was...
That should be truly that.
He drops. He is out of the fight. And the other the other guy decides that he is going to try and set the bomb if he can. So he is going to take a, let me double check. Because I already have this set up.
It's supposed to only be 5 dice.
Why would you? Well, either way, he's out.
Yeah, I hit the buttons for challenge dice with 5 next to it.
I don't know.
So yeah, but I think that rolled 7 dice instead.
I'm just gonna say that he's still good. Okay. All right. So he's gonna take a reason security check and see if he can't set the bomb. And he does successfully set the bomb. So it is back to you guys. Who would you like to have go first?
That's between me and Corporal?
No, this is Dakota. No, we're back at Duke, you, and Dakota. It's one of your turns now.
Alright, let's keep alternating.
Okay. So I get to shoot?
I mean, yeah, sure, go for it.
Or talk to the one remaining guy?
You get one minor action, which could be to move into the room or do something else like that. And you get one task.
Can I talk to these people?
Yeah, that's a minor action.
Okay. Can I ask the one remaining to surrender?
Sure, try it.
What do I roll?
You are going to roll a presence security.
Okay.
And no, he does not surrender.
All right, then I will take my main action and shoot him.
Too late. You already took a task.
I thought that was a minor thing, talking to him.
Did you roll a task? Just talking to him is not a task, but trying to convince him to do something like that is going to take long enough to be a task. So now it is his turn, and he decides to fire a disruptor pistol at you. Because
lame.
He doesn't like Actually, you know
But I
what?
asked him-
Well, first he activates his communicator and requests a beam up, but that doesn't happen. And you see a look of fright in his eyes because guess who didn't know there was an ion storm?
He didn't.
Nope. So he shoots at you, and he definitely hits. And in fact, he hits well enough for me to gain an extra point of threat. So he decides to shoot with lethal damage with his disruptor pistol. So let me grab a character sheet here and just roll. Let's see. All right. And why does it have nothing on there? All right. Let me pick a different character. That was weird.
Roll 20 has been acting buggy. It seems like.
Yeah, that does seem to be the case. Can someone else roll 5 challenge dice for me? I don't know what's happening.
I think if
And
I put
that's
1,
not
it'll roll
up there.
5.
Okay, there you go. So you take 4 stress of lethal damage, which means, hey, guess who just took a lethal wound, Duke?
Oh, because I already have damage. Because it's in the middle of a thing.
Now you may spend your point of determination to avoid the injury if you want. But if
Point
you
of determination.
Yep.
Okay.
Wait, do we have Brakul making us resistant to damage?
not deadly damage though.
Ah, yes. Okay.
Yeah. That's why I spent the threat.
What does a point of determination do?
So normally points of determination can be used in a few different ways. One of the ways is to avoid an injury. Another way is to use your value to gain extra dice. There's a few other ones, but those are the 2 main ones.
Okay.
So basically, you decide that even though this would normally be something that would be a life-threatening wound, which you will have to deal with, by the way, that doesn't get you off scot-free. It just means in this combat, you will continue to act. But if you are shot again, you will gain an additional wound, and you will be out of the fight, and in life-threatening condition.
Yikes.
Long-term, like, points of determination, you just get, like, a certain amount?
You always start off an episode with 1 point of determination.
Okay, so I'm using up my 1 point.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can gain points of determination in gameplay, though.
Well, I'll use it because I don't want to die.
Okay. Let's see. Dakota, what do you got?
I will take a move to try to flank, or you'll move around to get a different bit of cover, and then open fire.
All right. That works for me. Roll your control security. Oof, that's nothing.
Oof.
All right.
I whiff.
The wall behind you certainly did not appreciate it.
So he also ducks for cover, and he decides to shoot at. Let's see. Do I want to spend another point of threat to shoot at Duke? Oof. I kind of do because I got 6 threat just hanging out here. Yeah, we're gonna spend a point of threat. So he decides to shoot at Duke, and oh, okay. Well, Duke, you are now injured with 2 injuries, so that's bad. However, I also rolled a 20, which I'm going to say it means that his disruptor pistol malfunctions, and it overheats and deals him 2 challenge dice worth of damage, which apparently I can't roll, so if someone else could roll it for me.
2 dice.
I'll roll 2 dice. Can I
Okay.
roll 2 dice?
Yeah, sure.
Let's make sure this is set to 2.
Yep. Okay, so it deals 2 points of damage to him, and he drops it, and it cannot be used for the remainder of the combat because that introduces the trait overheated to the disruptor pistol.
That's called defense right there.
So you are down and possibly out. You need serious medical attention, or you will die.
Okay. I'm going to put my stress at 8 then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Dakota.
I see him having drops and yell at him to surrender.
He refuses unless you want to take that as a task. Now, I will say, one of your tasks could be to go over and give first aid.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that's probably a better one. Run back and medic-guys
Okay.
my cohort.
All right. Take a control medicine check.
I do or he does?
He does. You're dying.
Yeah, I'm actively trying to medic you.
He is good. He is stabilized. However, on the Romulan's turn, while you are there trying to fix him, he decides to bolt and just get out of there because there's a bomb about to go off. And you now have only 2 turns to deactivate the bomb.
Well, I guess I better get busy,
I'm terrible at this game.
That's fine. Now I will.
RNGesus hates
I will tell you
so-
this: if you do not deactivate this bomb, Lieutenant Kruge will die.
Yeah.
There is no other option here. So you have 5 momentum. Use them wisely.
Yes, will do. Okay, so I'm gonna have to run up to the device, pull off the cover, and start looking at the wires and circuitry.
All right.
But should we should they just use the momentum as much as possible to do this?
I mean, we're not there, so
Yeah, you guys
they
can't
do
even.
what they do. What they do, and if they use
Can't
it all,
even
they use
say.
it all. If not, then if they both die, they both die. We can't really help right
I
now.
will tell you
We
right
don't know
now,
what's
if
going
this
on.
bomb goes off, the entire facility will be destroyed. Not everyone will die, but Duke certainly will.
Gonna rip that open, look for the red wire or the
All right. So this is
equivalent.
This is going to be a either whichever one is better for you, reason engineering or reason security.
Reason engineering.
Okay, so this is going to be a difficulty 2 roll. Now you have enough momentum to get 3 extra dice if you use up every last drop of momentum.
Let's use up to get 1 extra dice on the task roll.
Okay, but remember, if you fail this,
Do you have
Commander
any-
Kruge will die.
Do you have any focus that could be turned on?
Well, yeah, what are your focuses?
Electroplasma power systems, and then duralum meta thermochemistry.
You should have it.
So
What was the last one?
duralum meta thermochemistry. I think that one's just full gobbledygook babble.
Thermochemistry.
Okay, I'm seeing more than that. I'm seeing, let's see, emergency medicine. Oh, that was a focus. You should have turned focus on for the roll there, but that's all right since you made it. Let's see, Klingon music. No.
Yeah, see, these are the only ones that are relevant.
What is it? Duralum meta. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say that whatever that meta thermochemistry is going to count. We'll just go with it. Sure.
Oh yes, the gibberish technobabble, exactly as it should be inside.
Now I will point out.
Yeah, it's Star Trek.
You can spend half the momentum that you have and get 2 dice. And this is difficulty 2. You need 2 successes.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Let's go up to. So that's 4 dice in total.
Yep.
Let's get 4 dice in total. Complication range 2 with focus on. Let's techno this stuff out.
Nice.
All right. Well, that gets you all your momentum back.
Yeah.
And you have successfully disarmed the bomb, saving the life of Commander Kruge, which is, yeah. So, by the way, that is the closest I've gotten to a PC death in an RPG in quite a while. So, you guys narrowly avoided Duke being just straight up killed off.
I was confused about what I had for turns with this. So I thought I was going to be able to shoot after I asked him to surrender, but
Well, you live and
That's my
learn.
bad.
Or you almost die and learn.
yeah,
Hey,
you may not live and learn.
You know what? You're going to have a great scar after this. The Klingon ladies love scars. Trust me.
That should get me a promotion right there.
All right, so you can now restore full power if you would like to the base. That's a difficulty. This is difficulty 0. Yeah. So I don't know why you rolled, but okay, you still succeeded.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
get
I'm
momentum from
gonna
rolling, right?
restore power and then double check on the medi patches on my cohort.
Okay. So he is currently stable. It's going to take sick bay in order to get him back on his feet. And quite frankly, it's not going to be this episode. In fact, next episode, he's going to be walking with a bit of a limp, and he will have he'll have problems relating to physical activity in the next episode. He's suffered 2 fatal wounds. So, yeah, it's going to be tough. You're gonna have a bad time next episode. There, Commander Kruge. You're gonna be on the mend for a fair bit.
Do.
Try not to get killed by Romulans. That's what.
Yeah. Okay,
so that resolves this scene, and we're gonna start a new scene. I'm gonna drop the momentum down to 5, and so this is gonna be the scene with Lorg, Borak, and crewman Echol. So, because all this is happening simultaneously, you get there and the power is still off. And so, you're at a set of heavy doors, which do not open automatically, and because the power is off, you can't activate the controls. So, you can try to force the doors open if you'd like.
Alright. Would this be I'm going to take a guess, and it's going to be a fitness security check?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll give it a go.
Alright, would anyone like to assist?
How difficult is this task?
This is going to be difficulty 2.
You think you can handle it?
I think yes.
I would say that
appreciated.
crewman Echol would be a good person to assist.
Well, let's have that happen.
Okay.
But I don't have that.
Yeah, I got it. Don't worry about it. So I'll take the task roll. So she rolled a success, as did you. All right, so you gain momentum back. So you're back up to full. And you manage to open the door. And so as you force it, it takes a while. But then, as it happens, the lights start to flicker back on. And you start entering the room. And here we go. So you enter this room through 2 sets of heavy doors, much like an airlock. The inner doors are thicker and heavier than the outer doors. As you pass through the vestibule, you see several sensors along a wall that are non-functional. Unlike the rest of the Romulan outpost, this room has not been touched, nothing is damaged, and you see no disruptor burns. This room's floor, walls, and ceiling are made from different material than that of the rest of the base. The room also has its own power supply, sitting in the far corner next to a large console. The fusion reactor is still on, but the console is off. You see a sturdy square table about the length and width of the average human. That's Klingon for human.
Oh, okay.
Several conduits hang from the table and lead back to the computer console and the fusion reactor. They were likely attached to a device of some kind.
Well, I want to restore power to the console. How can we do that?
Let's see.
Also, let's scan. Also, let's look for survivors/enemies and make sure our weapons are out.
Okay, what would you like to do first?
Scan for enemies, just in case we're about to die or get ambushed.
So you take out your Klingon tricorders, whatever those are, and there are no life signs in this room besides the 3 of you. The room is empty, unless it's something that can't be detected with life signs, like that thing Geordi almost turned into one time.
Yeah, that's possible, but I guess we'll never know.
Unless they attack, and then you all start to turn into those things.
I'm gonna just assume that that's not.
That's a pretty safe
happening.
assumption.
Okay.
But is crewman Echol secretly a salt vampire? Who knows?
I mean, stay tuned next time for this brief 17-ad commercial break.
Next time on Star Trek Lower Decks.
You know what?
So yeah, now I want to get power restored to that console so we can figure out what information is going on.
Okay, so that is going to be a reason engineering task, and
I'll do that.
Okay.
Wait, what? Reason engineering? Oh yeah, I'll do that. 2, task roll 2.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you succeed. I should have dropped the momentum down to 6, but now I'm going to bring it back up, or down to 5. But now we're going to bring it back up to 6, and there you go. The console is on.
What does that mean? I fixed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fixed it. All right. So now,
Wait,
what?
isn't it? Wasn't it just unplugged? Because I saw you just plug in a cable in the back, and now it's on.
Basically, yeah.
Well done, Commander. Commander, go ahead and do the beep boop beep boop beeps and see what information you get.
Okay,
All right.
I'll.
So this is going to be a reason science task with a difficulty of 3. So you may want to have someone assist, which I don't think is going to be crewmate Ethel because she's not the best at those.
I volunteer.
Yeah, Captain, you might want to do this instead. I am.
Are you the dumb?
What?
Commander Torg is the dumb.
What is science? I don't understand this. Hydroflame is a good theory.
Well, can I do a task roll on this? Because I just did do a turn.
No, yeah. So we're not in combat right now.
Okay.
So there's
I'll do
no like
task roll
turn
to
economy.
Reason science.
Reason science, but it's difficulty 3. So
So I'd like to use 2 momentum
so
to add 2 dice to myself.
well, that costs 3.
Wait, to add 1 dice?
To add 1 is 1 momentum. To add 2 is
let's
a
do
total
that,
of 3.
But then that's 3, and we need to get 3. So can I get an assist from?
Okay, so hold on. Do you want to spend 1 or 3 momentum? You have 6.
I'll spend 3.
Okay, so that gets you 2 extra dice, and there's no reason not to get an assist. So TD Lane, you might as well assist.
Yeah.
So we should do well, but I'm gonna go.
So yeah, you get 4 dice. So that's 2 successes. Nope. Nothing.
We came so close, though.
You did. You could succeed at cost. Actually, no. You know what? I'm not gonna let you succeed at cost. No. So the last thing you can do is search around the room. That'll be a reason science task. All right, so this is going to be a reason science, or so you can search around just in general. A reason science task with a difficulty of 2. I'll let Bent be the primary because he's the best at that. And T Lane, you can assist if you want, or you cannot.
Yeah, I can assist.
Okay, let's do that.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So
we're all gonna die.
Not only did you not discover anything in particular, the console blows up.
Oh.
Which doesn't cause any damage, but the console's gone now, so there's really no point in staying in this room. And I add 1 to my threat pool because I can.
This console, Samsung.
Basically. All right. Well, you guys didn't learn anything in the clean room because you guys can't roll for crap.
I heard the Romulans started outsourcing, but this is just ridiculous.
All right. So, at this point, you have thoroughly searched the Romulan base. There is nothing left to do here. But now you know that the source of the Chronotons is around Carina 10, the 10th and largest planet of the Carina system. My suggestion is it's probably time to head to the heavy fighter and get out of here because you've got a casualty and.
Right, let's get out of here. But we also have an ion storm that we have to figure out how to deal with too.
Yep.
So let's just. All right, so the captain's gonna do. Do we have comm badges or do we have?
You have communicators.
Walkie-talkies. Yes, use our communicator to contact the other team and tell us to meet by the main entrance, and then we're gonna leave.
All right, so Dakota, you've been contacted by the captain. You might have important information in terms of casualties. So why don't you actually roleplay that? So Captain Borath, actually roleplay the interaction here.
All right. What's his name?
Mogoth.
Borach Hod to Mogoth. Report status.
Bruges has been shot, but we stabilized, and we managed to disarm and neutralize 2 Romulans attempting to set a explosive device on the generator.
Can you bring him to the shuttle where we will be leaving after we can figure out how to deal with this ion storm?
He is heavy, but I should be able to drag him back.
Is he stable enough to be moved? Has he received emergency first aid?
Yes, he has.
Okay, well, let's meet and get out of here.
Okay. So we are going to be setting a new scene because you guys now are back at the Kaptoch heavy fighter, which I actually have to bring up the rules for. So we're going to drop momentum down to 2. And then, actually, real quick, I have to bring up those rules. So give me a second. I'm sorry, buddy. I should have had those on standby, but I'm an idiot who sucks at everything, especially role-playing games. I'm the worst. You should just ignore me for the rest of eternity.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
You guys hear someone making sounds out their dinosaur mouth?
So sorry, I'm pulling that up as we speak. Sorry for the clickety clackety noises, but you know, what are you gonna do?
We all know God uses a mechanical keyboard.
I mean, if God doesn't use a mechanical keyboard, is he really worthy of worship?
And
Whoa.
I mean, am I wrong?
I won't make that kind of judgment on any god.
I will. If you're a god out there and you're not doing
All I'm saying is, who knows what hasn't been invented yet for keyboards that god might probably be using.
they better be
instead.
mechanical.
yeah.
They might be in that clade, I guess. We'll see.
Also, God is all about the presentation. Mechanical keyboards are absolutely maximum presentation.
Oh, apparently it's a Hotoch. I don't know. They're inconsistent with capitalization, and this is the only place where it really matters in Klingon. So I'm not sure if it's Hotoch or Hotoch. So whatever. But anyway, I've got the rules for it pulled up. Okay, so you get back to the heavy fighter, which has landed near Town Square, and Ensign Gensen is there. And so you guys get in, and she turns and says, "Welcome, Captain. The ion storm is still raging." And by the way, Duke, you may, from this point on, take over Ensign Gensen, because that's a supporting character, and you're out of the fight, so you now get to control Ensign Gensen, our female Gorn pilot.
Now, I have that page open right now, that character sheet. Is that going to keep anyone else out of it?
No, it shouldn't.
Okay.
So, Duke, feel free to be Ensign Gensen from now on, and what are you guys going to do? You're back at the shuttle. Lieutenant Commander Kruge, is unconscious, but stable, and seriously injured, probably out of the rest of this scenario. But that does mean, if you want to, you could replace him with either Crewman Ethel as a supporting character that Duke could control, or you could bring Ensign Gensen on the away mission, or any other away missions. You know, you guys can decide what to do. But so what are you guys going to do?
I do like the idea of having a Gorn with us when we go to this whatever is there on the.
They are nice and tough, but right now that's a discussion for after you guys get back to the ship. Right now, the situation is: how are you getting back to the ship? What's your plan? Are you just going to fly? You're going to try to wait? What's going to happen?
This is where Kruge would be great because he is good at flying.
Well, fortunately, Ensign Gensen is also reasonably good.
Yeah, doesn't have the values that.
All right.
No.
So how much momentum do we have right now? 2?
Yeah.
All right. And the ion storm, is there anything we can do to control that? I don't think there is.
I mean, from here, no, but I suppose you could ask the ship, but the answer is probably no. Because, I mean, this is a weather phenomenon.
So we have to fly through.
I feel like we have to fly through. So I feel like we have to have our best pilot, and we have to use all of our momentum and as much assistance from everything as possible to get through this thing. Now, if that means we do it all, but then we're in the upper atmosphere and we have more to deal with, like, I don't want to have that be like a surprise. I basically want to just try and punch through this thing the safest way possible.
All right.
So I feel like we're at our Hail Mary.
What is the role to get out of the atmosphere?
All right. So this is going to be a series of tasks, right? So first, you're going to have to get through the lower atmosphere, which is going to be a control con roll. Then you're going to need to get through the sort of ionosphere, which is going to be a daring con roll. And then you need to clear the thermosphere to get back up to the ship, and this is going to be another control con roll. So there's going to be 3 rolls. Anytime that you fail, one of 2 things will happen. Either you have to stay down lower, or there will be some damage to the fighter.
Let's see if I can get someone else killed.
Can we get Ensign Gensen to roll all 3 rolls because of the highest?
She can certainly be primary, although whoever else wants to help, you can sit. So you're in a Katwich fighter. This is essentially like a runabout scale vessel. You can have a co-pilot. You can even switch out co-pilots.
Okay.
Who has the highest control and daring?
My control is 6. I think it dropped. My daring is 8, though.
My control is 9 and my daring is 7.
So what you could do is, T. Lane, you could be assisting for the first and last check, and then Captain Borath could like push you aside for the middle check. And be like, I got this. And you can grabs the whole thing, and then
All right.
So let's do a control con roll from Ensign Gensen, assisted by TD Lane's 1 die for control.
What's the task difficulty?
2.
All right.
And then my focus can be on.
So guys, decide how many dice you want to roll total.
What's Ensign Gensen's focus? Sorry.
Meteorology and evasive maneuvers.
Yes. Actually, either of those could count. So yeah. Well, remote meteorology mostly, but yeah.
Okay. So task roll 2, complication range 2 also?
No. Complication range is at 1 right now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right, so that's a success. And no momentum is gained, but you make it into the middle atmosphere. So at this point, the ship starts violently rocking, and TD Lane is having, Commander, what is it? Commander Krug, Lorg, is having trouble maintaining his composure at the helm. He's starting to flail wildly at buttons and whatnot. And so Captain Borath shoves him aside and takes over co-piloting duties. And so now we get another roll, but this time it's daring con from Ensign Gensen, assisted by Captain Borath's daring con roll. Now, all right.
Wait, how many am I supposed to roll?
Just 1.
1.
Okay.
All right. Well, you guys gain momentum, which I'm just going to assume you want to bank.
Yeah.
For now, yeah.
Okay. So after Captain Borath shoves Lorg aside, calling him a petak for some reason, I don't know, whatever. Hey,
Ruse.
I said, oh yeah, let me try it.
All right. So you managed to get through the most turbulent part of the ion storm. You're not out of danger completely yet, but at least the shaking has subsided, and now it's mostly down to just careful maneuvering. At which point, Lorg has composed himself enough to retake the co-pilot seat and finally pilot you guys out of the storm and back to the ship with a final.
All that blood wine I drank on the ship just hit me all at once.
So now it is time to make the hopefully final check to get yourselves back to the Sorpuq vaHbo, so that way you can investigate Carina 10.
And we need 2 to do this, just like the other.
Yep, 2 successes. So you have 3 momentum. If you would like to spend them, you may, but this is going to be a control con.
Do we want to use a momentum?
We're so close, we might as well, and we have a lot of it. I suspect we're going to get a scene change anyway, so we might as well.
I think so.
You want to use all of them?
I want to use. Yeah, why not be as safe as possible? And what happens if we use all of them and we do really well?
You might get some back. Yeah.
Yeah, they just come back to us. So let's just use them all.
Okay. You guys are out of momentum. But
Are we on a
hold up a second. I am about to drop the threat down to. I'm going to spend 3 threat and increase the threat range to 3 because unexpectedly the ion in a storm starts interfering with the navigational sensors.
I guess we're gonna have to break up the map.
So, task roll, I'm at 5, but complication range is at 3.
Yep.
Correct?
And focus is on.
Focus is on.
Or yes. I don't know if it's a yes or on or whatever. All right.
Yeah.
Go for it. Okay, that is. Let's see.
Oh.
So let's see. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 momentum back. My goodness.
Yeet.
But
There's
I
that
also
complication.
get my momentum, or sorry, my threat back. So I'm up to 4.
Oh.
Okay, that is fair enough.
Yeah.
My goodness. Okay,
So
so
we're back to the ship then, finally?
you are back to the ship. We are starting a new scene at the ship where I will reduce the your momentum by 1. So, oh no, you're down to 4. You got 2/3 of your full momentum. All right, so you are now at the ship, and you have successfully docked. The paint's a little scratched up on the fighter, but she's fine.
I'm going to take Cruz to the medical bay.
Absolutely.
So, an auto
So
dock
what I
can come
want is for us to set course
Thank
to.
down.
For what I want is for us to set course to Carina 10 to find the source of these chronoton particles, but go kind of slow and deal with our ill person.
Okay.
So
I mean,
let's not get there until after we've kind of figured out what's
so
going on.
I'm going to tell you now. No matter how slow you go, Commander Cruz isn't coming back this episode.
Okay.
So
well,
he's going to need.
No risk to turn into jelly.
He's going to need care. He's not going to be like permanently crippled or anything. But
so he's going to live? He's going to survive?
assuming you get him, I mean, yeah, you're getting him back to the sick bay. He'll be fine either way.
Okay, so let's set course for Carina 10 after he's on his way to sick bay, and then if possible, is there any way I could do like by spending a point of determination, add a value or focus or talent to Cruz's character sheet as permanent, like adding a trait, I guess, or an attribute. Not an attribute because that's something else.
I'm sorry. I'm confused. What are you trying to do?
Basically, I want to give him. I don't know if it would be a focus or a value or a talent. I don't know what.
How are you trying to do this?
I've come up with an idea of blessing he would get. That would assist his character. It would be called Vulcan Blessing. He lives long and he prospers because he survived such.
And what game mechanic are you trying to do?
That would have his character be more likely to survive.
But how are you trying to do this mechanically?
By like
What?
injecting nano probes?
No, I mean like in game mechanics. You said you wanted to use a point of determination?
Yeah, it would be a way that I could spend something my character has to add a.
Well, what
promotion.
value?
Not a promotion, but like a.
What value do you think you could use for this?
Well, I know some that you just have to make up, but there's others that are like in the book.
But what value do you currently have that you think your determination would help with?
I have to use my determination to make or to use one of my values. Is that what you're saying?
So you can't just use a point of determination to just do a thing. You can't normally add values or anything to people.
Okay.
Sorry.
So the only thing I can use determination for is to.
So you can avoid an injury. You can also use determination to gain a bonus to a roll if it uses your determination. Like for instance, remember when you went crazy on that Torg because that used one of your values?
Okay.
That was spending a point of determination to do that. So unless one of your values
Well, never mind. I guess I misunderstood.
That's fine. I mean, look, we're all new to the game. So
and how to like help improve other characters.
Yeah.
On my team.
So we're gonna shift to real quick to Lord taking Kruge down to the sick bay or surgeon's bay or whatever Klingons call it. All right, so you get down there and there's no one there.
I think we call it the morgue.
So something's wrong here. There's nobody in sickbay.
Nope.
Alright, what is this? It's a Klingon ship.
Maybe you should activate the emergency medical hologram.
Yes, I will.
All right. Well, say it.
Hit a few buttons.
No. You just You just say computer. Activate emergency medical hologram.
Computer, activate emergency medical hologram.
A hologram of a human in a Starfleet uniform appears and says, "Please state the nature of the medical emergency." And then he looks around and he says, "This isn't a Starfleet vessel. Where am I?"
Nice.
That's awesome.
Who
are you?
Look. This is very much a Starfleet vessel.
No, it's clearly not a Starfleet vessel. The paint is green. Why are you lying to me?
Listen, Doctor, we have an injured man.
No,
Tendon is injured.
Like I'm going to be.
I don't even know if I'm actually with you. Am I with
I'm
you?
going to be very
Sure,
polite
just be with
here. I'm
him.
going to be very
Whatever.
polite here.
Yeah, I'm
This
with
is
you.
a Federation technology, but it's a Klingon ship. You could say it's a cooperative movement between the Klingon Empire and the Federation. I have a very injured Klingon here, so if you don't treat him, I will turn you into scrap. Understood?
I'm a hologram. That's literally impossible.
But what components make up your hologram that make it possible for you to exist currently?
I'm a collection of digital data. I don't physically. Do you know how holograms work?
I'm going to take the components from your hologram projector.
Commander, let me try. Doctor, can you help our injured Klingon, please?
Well, of course I can.
Thank you.
But
Were you at the bridge, though?
he's down. Whatever, it doesn't matter that much. He can call up to the bridge.
Yeah.
And he says, and then he looks at the captain and says, and you are?
I'm the captain of this vessel, Borak Hod, and I don't know why you're here on this ship either. But it turns out you are, so can you please tend to this ill and injured patient?
Would you like to ask why he's here?
He doesn't seem to know, but yes, I'll ask.
So you start asking around, and turns out that you start digging into the ship's files, and turns out that when the ship was being built, a surgeon wasn't assigned to the ship, and so someone in the shipyard downloaded a version of the Starfleet EMH, but they may have gotten him from a shady Russian website.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well,
but he looks just like Robert Picardo, if that helps.
I'm sure he does, and sounds like him, and he may or may not be able to perform some medicine, so I'm asking him to do so.
Yes, and he starts treating Commander Kruge, and Commander Kruge is going to be just fine eventually.
Nice.
So.
Well, I'll head back to the bridge and just await our arrival to Karina 10. I don't know what else we can do. I don't know if another scene's coming soon. I'd like to not waste any momentum.
Okay, so as you approach Karina 10, you start scanning around. So I'm going to go ahead and rule that if you would like, Ensign Gensen can take over the helm duty. So that way Duke can be on the bridge, because Ensign Gensen is sort of going to be Duke's character for the rest of the episode.
Sure, yes.
Okay.
All right, I'll take over.
Very well.
And actually, that might mean that whatever, it's fine. So you guys get to, you impulse your way over to Karina 10. And you start scanning, and I would like you guys to take a reason command check. Whoever is as best at that, whoever the science officer is. Actually,
well, I have a 9 and 4.
I will.
That's better than mine.
Benton, I'll assist you with Lieutenant Klang.
That's fair, yeah, because Lieutenant Klang will be there. Okay. All right, so you guys actually gain 3 momentum, or you can gain some additional information checks. It's up to you guys, but let me know. But so you detect the unmistakable signature of actually, you also get a free gain information because of your high resolution sensors. So there's that. But yeah, you get the you find out that the Tachyons are coming from a Constitution class starship with registry USS Hamilton NCC 11545. There's a Constitution class starship which is seriously out of date for the Federation, hanging out in the rings of the gas giant Carina 10, emitting tachyons.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Now you have a free gain information thing because of your high resolution sensors, which actually I still have to roll for the ship. So give me a second. Let me double check the ship's rules and then roll for it. So you might actually even get an additional. This is going to be let's see, sensors science on this one. So you get 2 additional. Oh, sorry, that was only supposed to be 1 roll, so 1 additional. So yeah, it's up to 4 momentum. So but since you can't actually get that many, you get two asks at least of for additional information.
Let's just start asking, but I can't really think straight right now. I'm so tired. I'm sorry.
Yeah, someone else can ask. It's fine.
Yeah. Anyone else have any ideas? Something about chronotons.
Can we hail the ship?
Is that your ask?
Do we have access to Starfleet logs on the list of Constitution class ships?
Well, okay. So right now you get 2 questions, but it has to be about something that the sensors could have picked up. Do you have access to Starfleet logs? Is a different question. That's something else, like check the computers or hail Starfleet or something like that. So,
understood.
Of the things that the sensors could tell you, what do you want to
know? Life support?
Life support is fully active.
Okay.
Life signs.
There are, hold on, let me double check.
Probably should have just asked life signs.
There are 9 life signs on board.
Captain, I think we should hail the ship. It's severely undercrewed for what this size of its vessel.
So,
all right. So you guys open a communications channel, and actually, I should have the ambient noise on for the ship. Sorry about that. So anyway, you guys hail the ship, but there is no response.
Do we scan for life signs?
You already did. There are 9 life signs.
There are 9 life
scan
signs.
For a breathable atmosphere?
Or,
yes.
Or, to say it in Klingon,
why don't we
put
over there if they're not responding? Are they conscious? Are the life signs awake and alive?
That would be another gain information, which would cost a momentum.
Do it.
Okay. So you spend a point of momentum to get access to the information, and some of the life signs are in fact moving around the ship, so at least some of them are definitely alive. 1 is staying very stationary, but the other 8 are moving, even if it's not a lot.
Do they have damage on their ship? Did we scan that?
So I'm just going to say that's not automatic. The ship has suffered some pretty significant damage.
Well, Captain, how do we... Yeah.
If I may provide advice, perhaps we should transport onto the ship.
So, as it turns out, after looking at the transporter logs, you can't actually transport there because of the serious interference from all these tachyons. It is not clear that all of you would come back together in terms of materialization at the same time.
Is there a way we can pull the ship out of where the tachyons are, or is the tachyons like emanating from the ship?
The ship is the source of the tachyons.
Can we send us a beam of anti-tachyons to neutralize the effect?
No, so not being bosons, tachyons don't have an anti-particle counterpart.
You can only do that if there's 2 minutes left of the episode and we need to wrap it up.
Captain, that makes no sense.
Well, you think we are, but I'm surprised they regularly defy physics.
Actually, you know what? While you guys are on... never mind.
What about if we use the phased inducers?
What if you invert the polarity of the neutrino field?
I could try that.
What the deflector array?
I don't understand any of that. But...
Well,
So, I will say this. You guys are able to connect to Federation records via, subspace. You could try to learn more about the Hamilton basically by hacking Starfleet records if you wanted to.
Do it. And also, I'm thinking, is there any way there's a stinking artificial singularity alien thing going on? And how do I spend momentum to figure that out? Or whatever.
I mean...
You seem very hooked on the artificial...
Hey, man, it mimics that. I mean, I don't know. There's other sources of chronotons, but we got to get to the bottom of it. So
I think
time
time travel alone, I think it's just an indication of time travel.
I'm going to say this. You cannot use a gain information to ascertain that at this point.
All right.
We gotta
figure it out a different way. Yeah.
You could order Lieutenant Klang to see if he can't hack into Federation records on this.
Do it.
When this last ship was last recorded.
Make it so.
All right. So, let's hack into Starfleet records. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
All right. Well, actually, first,
yeah.
who's got a good reason command?
I think Ben has decent reason command. I don't.
Yeah, I do. I had 9-4.
Good reason, shit command.
All right, Bent, why don't you take a reason command? And I'm not going to let anyone assist. All right, so a couple things happen. One is you can... actually, you can't gain 2 momentum. You can gain 1 if you want. But, so you find out that the USS Hamilton was, as far as you know, the historical records say that it was stripped of all of its core components and recycled for metals per the Federation's standard procedure in decommissioning their starships. But there it is. That's the Hamilton right there on your main view screen, and it's obviously the source of the Tachyon emissions. You can gain 1 additional information ask.
Make it so.
That doesn't answer... That's not a question. You may ask me a question, if you would like.
Any questions, anyone?
Who was the captain of the Hamilton when it was decommissioned? Or before it was decommissioned?
The captain was Talek Shran, an Andorian.
Good.
He was an Andorian?
Mm-hmm. Well, there you go.
Can we ask any more questions or no?
No. Well, I mean, you can, but it would cost momentum.
Oh, okay.
But you're at full momentum, so,
Yeah, do it. You guys ask whatever you have.
I would ask how many were on the crew of the ship.
Okay, that's a momentum spend, and the crew had the normal 450 or so complement of a Constitution class starship.
I would be curious if the people on board are human. Like, if I had to guess, I would guess this ship was stolen, and I'm curious on who is actually controlling the ship. Some ragtag terrorists.
Probably a lewd, crude, rude bag of pre-chewed food, dude.
Oh, man.
Nice.
But I don't know what the next step should be.
Well, like I said, you could try to hack into Federation files to find out what's going on, because there's a discrepancy. The Hamilton was not decommissioned. It's right there.
Hack it.
Okay. So this is going to be a reason engineering task with a difficulty of 2.
Okay.
9-3 on that. Is anyone better?
I'm 9-4.
That sounds like my role.
Klang is 8-3.
Sounds like 9-4 is our best so far.
Yeah.
I'm
3. You said.
I'm 10-5 because that's as an engineer.
So
ship
The other one
engineer.
can assist, right?
wait,
I can assist.
wait, Duke. That assist was from Ensign Gensen, right?
Oh, I have 2 both open. Let me. Nope, I was wrong. Sorry. You're right. That Ensign Gensum is 7-2.
Yeah, so
I'm just gonna close cruise out. Sorry.
I think it should probably be Dakota assisted by Bent.
Lord.
Because I'm in a 9-3.
What was Lord?
Well, I've Lieutenant Clang open. Mine's not worth having open here for this.
All right, so yeah, it should.
Lieutenant Clang has Reason 8 engineering.
It should probably be Dakota assisted by, Mogoth assisted by Morath.
All right, I'm gonna bring up comms to the engineering captain. Mogoth,
Boopity boop bop beep bop
we need
boop.
you to hack into Federation records and obtain information about the Hamilton.
All right, so Reason Engineering, go for it, Borath.
Boopity bop beep bop beep
All
boop
right,
bop.
and assisted by Oh, that was Dakota. So Bent, roll 1 Reason Engineering die. Oh, unfortunate. I'll just go up a thread. Okay, so you uncover a few of Captain Talek's logs, and I will I'll read them at you. Okay. Captain's log, stardate 1425.7. Having arrived at the Carina system, we are ready to begin testing the Tachyon weapon. Mr. Spruill, the weapon designer, and our chief engineer, Lieutenant Mattis, have assured me that all indications point to a positive and successful test. Mr. Spruill claims that the weapon will harmlessly direct Tachyon bursts to degrade any structure, artificially aging it, and thus disabling any potential threat. Captain's log, stardate 1426.6. Despite the best efforts of Chief Engineer Mattis, the Tachyon weapon is drawing ever-increasing power from our engines. The process appears irreversible. All efforts to stop or contain the weapon have failed. My first officer has suggested that we attempt to destroy the device, but Mr. Spruill is convinced that damage to the device could cause a simultaneous core breach and explosion of Tachyon so powerful that the entire Carina system could be destroyed. Captain's log, stardate 1426.8. The device has drained so much energy from the ship that we no longer have impulse and life support is beginning to fail. Reports are coming in from the ship's departments of structural failures of the ship's bulkhead and superstructure. All attempts to regain control of the device have failed. Antimatter containment is beginning to fail, and I've ordered a general evacuation. Captain's log, stardate 1426.8, supplemental. Captain Shan's log has no commentary. Instead, you see images of the Hamilton disappearing in a brilliant flash of light.
Well,
Fascinating.
for once, it's all the Federation's fault.
So,
I suppose brag about this to their face.
who has a good Reason Engineering?
Other than me?
I mean, sure. I'm not going to allow any assist with this because this is just a test to recall information.
Mogoth has the best.
Okay, so I guess I'll just take another point of momentum threat there. But so you recall that Damon Spruill was a weapons researcher for Starfleet during the early 23rd century. He's responsible for the development of several experimental torpedo designs. His later research focused on detecting and eventually generating tachyon particles. Much of his later work went into the development of contemporary deflector dishes.
Interesting. So yeah, I'll relay what I can remember on this guy to my compatriots and crewmates. That he was, in fact, I know this man is relatively well known on the engineering field as his experience with weapon design and tachyon and deflector dish inventions.
I mean, yeah.
So now what's the plan? You can't currently beam over because the tachyon field is too unstable. You might end up beaming over in pieces. But you do have, you've got a couple shuttles and a couple fighters.
Captain, shall we take a shuttle over?
Well, how dangerous is taking a shuttle versus a fighter? Because
so the fighters,
we used a shuttle and bad things happened, and we used a fighter and it worked much better. So
the shuttles are a bit more fragile, but this ship is in the rings, which it means that piloting through it is going to be difficulty 1, but if Ensign Gensen is piloting, which is probably what's going to happen, it's really not that bad.
Well, I say we're not in a fight, are we? So why not take the shuttle?
And if we do get in a fight and we have to leave, I think we're just going to get back to the ship and fight on the ship.
Yeah, let's take the shuttle.
Okay. So this is going to be a new scene. You guys pile into the shuttle. Momentum drops down to 5. And, okay, so, let's see. We need a daring con check. We're going to have Ensign Gensen be the lead on that. And whoever would like to may assist. Let me pull up the shuttle.
We good to roll?
Yes, you may. Oh, that's a complication. And the shuttle.
No momentum?
Yeah, if you want, you can spend momentum to negate it if that's what you want to do.
No, I was asking 2. Did we only need 1, or did we need 2?
You just need 1. Oh, it's also a momentum. You could just cancel out the complication with the momentum if you want.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. The shuttle roll is a success, so you still gain the momentum. So there you go. So you successfully managed to pilot the shuttle. Let's see. As your shuttlecraft approaches the Constitution-class starship, you see that it is in much worse condition than you had expected. Given the amount of damage that the ship has taken, you wonder if the hull is still intact and if the ship still maintains a breathable atmosphere, although you realize that you did scan it for that. The Tachyon bursts from the weapons are causing the ship to deteriorate at a much faster rate than you expected. The starboard warp nacelle is badly damaged from meteor impacts, and as your shuttlecraft circles the Hamilton, you can see that the ship's shuttle bay doors are open, and a Romulan shuttlecraft has landed.
Uh-oh.
The Romulans have beaten you to the Hamilton. Now, before you land,
I want to get my disruptor pistol ready.
Well, before you land, you may decide to scan the shuttlecraft or the Hamilton, if you'd like.
We could scan them and see if they're Romulan, but I think we know they're Romulan.
I think we should just scan the entire landing bay.
Okay. Take a reasoned security task.
I can do that.
Okay. And the shuttlecraft fails. So, you can... What you learn is that while there are a bunch of standard Federation shuttlecraft from the early 23rd century, the most important information that you learn is that the Romulan shuttlecraft has space for 2 helmsmen and up to 10 passengers, which might explain the 9 life signs that you encountered before.
Oh, good.
Well, 1 wasn't moving and 8 were, so...
Yep.
Let's spend a whole bunch of momentum to figure out why.
I mean, or you could just land.
Let's land.
Okay. So,
Phasers on stun. I mean, disruptors.
All right.
Disruptors don't go in.
So I need a daring. I need the helmsman to take a daring con with a difficulty of 1 in order to land the shuttle.
Okay.
Well, let's. No. Does anyone? Who's assisting?
My captain.
Can I assist and can I spend all the momentum to get as many dice as possible?
You can assist.
You get 1.
Just the 1?
Yeah.
Can I?
I even had my focus on.
Would a focus of astronavigation work?
No.
We can't even land our shuttle.
Okay, so
I asked if I could spend momentum and I couldn't, but at least I'd ask because some people aren't asking. Or spending.
All right, so you circle around, giving the Romulans more time to do whatever dastardly things they're doing. But you may attempt again. But you're.
Can we put on a spacesuit? Like, have one of us put on a spacesuit and like just seal off the back and then open the door and shove him?
I mean,
out right towards where the...
You could.
So that we're guaranteed to get someone there with like a tricorder or something?
You could just try again and spend some momentum beforehand on the basis of what Ensign Gensen decides.
How many momentum can I spend?
Well, Ensign Gensen is primary on this, so it's up to her.
All right. I will spend... How much momentum do we have?
5.
5. I'll spend 2 momentum to get 4 dice.
That's not how that works. You need to spend 3 momentum to get an extra 4. Well, an extra 2 dice. The first die is 1 momentum. The second one is an extra 2. The third one is a full extra 3 on top of that.
All right. I'll do whatever it takes to get 4 dice. So that's 3 momentum.
Yep. Now you're down to 2.
May I assist in well?
Yes.
As well.
Daring control, complication 1, focused. Yes. You couldn't do that before.
Okay, so you guys get
I think
4 back, so you're back up to full. There you go.
Oh, good, we've landed.
We gotta spend our momentum every time. We have to spend 3 like every time.
Wait, you would think daring 11.
We get it back.
Sometimes you get bad rolls.
You literally, when you did that last roll, all of your rolls went above 15.
Okay, but hey, we're proceeding on to the next scene, so I'm dropping a momentum, and you manage to land. And as you step off the shuttlecraft and onto the deserted shuttle bay, you see the sickly green of the Romulan shuttlecraft, which draws your attention first. You notice that it is sealed up tightly. Otherwise, the shuttle bay is littered with trash and the remains of a quick evacuation. Several large containers sit against the wall with their lids open. From the state of things, you can assume that the USS Hamilton was evacuated very quickly.
Can I ready my disruptor pistol? I'm a little bit worried about, getting shot.
Yeah, you can all just draw your disruptor pistols. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't have a disruptor pistol.
Yes, you do. We'll just say you do.
You should.
I just didn't add it to the character sheet, but don't worry, you have one.
I'll add it now.
Standard kit.
I think we should try to make our way to the bridge.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Go Romulan hunting, perhaps?
Gonna ignore the shuttle bay, or the Romulan shuttle?
It seems to be rather well sealed. I don't think we could force our way in there, even if we tried.
I mean, it's reason engineering.
Okay. That is a decision for our captain to make.
I can do a 9-3. Who can do better? Who can do better?
It is going to be difficulty 3.
Is Dakota with us?
Yeah, I'm assuming all the PCs that you guys have, plus Ensign Gensen, since Pruge is out of commission.
And I'm doing the 3 extra momentum for 2 extra dice if I'm rolling.
Okay.
Do I have the highest values of reason and engineering, you said? 9 and 3?
No, I think Dakota has.
Okay.
Dakota, you here?
Yes. Reason engineering?
Yep, so what's yours?
Can you use extra momentum, please, to get extra dice?
Yeah, I've got a 10 and 5.
All right.
How much dice do you want me to use?
I want 4, because I feel like every time we fail, it's a waste, and every time we succeed by using extra momentum, we end up getting it back anyway. So why not play it safe and just use up the momentum?
All right.
We always have a lot.
And will Captain Borath assist?
For sure going to assist with just 1.
All right, you get 4 dice on this, and Borath will assist. Okay, so that's a success. Well, you didn't get it back, but you did manage to open up the shuttle bay.
Yeah, so if we hadn't used all 3 momentum, we would have failed, and it's not worth taking that risk to fail.
Okay. All right, so as you open up the door, there's a Romulan helmsman in there, and the first thing he does is activate his communicator and let the other Romulans know that there are Klingons on board.
Is there any way we could let some music play?
What do you mean?
Like, is there access to like music speakers in the room we're in? On this?
Well, you can press 2 buttons and gain access to the entire library of the HMS Pinafore, but that's about it.
Okay, all right. Because usually after you open up the doors, you want to let the music play. But
yeah, this guy does not attack.
He just warns everyone else. So we could take him prisoner. Could ask him some questions.
I'm gonna. May I attempt to intimidate him into dropping any weapons that's on him?
I'm pretty sure you should just have done that already.
So what do you guys want to do?
I wanted to do it.
If the answer is, can I try to do this? The answer is yes.
I want what Lord just suggested.
All right.
So what do you want to do, Lord?
I want to intimidate him into dropping any weapons he might have on him.
Okay, that will be a let's see, a present security check.
Ooh. Complication range?
That's 1.
Can't even get 2 successes in that. Okay, I got 1.
Oh yeah, that's a fail.
Ah.
In fact, he raises his disruptor pistols and says, "Look, I'm just here to guard the shuttle."
There's 4 of us.
He's here to guard the shuttle. He's going to do his duty.
Robins are stupid, but I got admire.
But he hasn't shot at you yet.
I give him an 8 out of 10. Yeah, he's brave. He's a brave one, but should have shot.
One of us should probably disarm him, or try to, or shoot at him.
I mean, you could also ask questions.
I mean, if he's pointing a gun at us, he can shoot at us at any second.
Yeah, but you're also all uninjured.
He's got disruptors and stuff.
It's up to
And he hasn't shot yet.
Pod. It's up to the captain.
I want to spend the momentum.
To do what?
I can't decide.
Okay.
I recommend killing him. I don't know if that's the best option, though.
I
feel like
maybe
Murder
ask him
might not
questions.
be
we
honorable.
can set them to stun. We could just stun him.
Why don't you just knock him out?
Yeah.
Can I use my my melee weapon that I have on my character sheet?
I mean, drawing it will be a minor action, so you'd have to actually then spend momentum to then move and then attack. But
I want to use it, but just to knock the guy out.
so, like I said, you would have to spend some momentum to do all that. But
Yeah.
the thing is, you could just ask questions. This does not have to escalate necessarily. He's just here to guard the shuttle. He's not here to try to fight off 4 or 3 Klingons and a Gorn, because it's not going to go well. He knows that.
Someone ask him some questions.
All right.
Or at least start with one, and I'll see if I can think of anything.
I guess I would ask him what their intentions are on this ship.
Okay. And he says, "Look, Commander Jarok just wants to see if we can get a hold of the Tachyon weapon."
A weapon, you say?
Yep.
How do you
Romulans.
weapon?
Time distortion weapon. Seems like a bad idea.
All I care about right now is stopping these time distortions in this system.
Maybe we can work.
Well, he says, "Look, if we can extract the Tachyon weapon, we'll be bringing it back. First, we'll depower it, because we'll have to remove it from the ship's power systems, and then we'll be bringing it back to Romulan space. So that'll fix that problem."
We could.
We're not are we enemies with Romulans, or are we? We're not.
No, we're not. At
You're
war.
not at war?
Okay.
But you're not exactly friends.
Yeah.
That's what every nation could say about the Romulans.
And then is this like an illegal act they're doing? Like, should we be mad at them and want to fight them or want to keep this, or should we just help them?
Is it illegal? No, technically
Is it
not.
unethical?
This counts. This is not technically illegal because, as far as official Federation records go, the ship has been decommissioned. You could argue that they're conducting salvage operations. On the other hand, there is the legitimate question: do you want a new powerful weapon falling into the hands of the Romulan Empire?
I mean, I feel like a third party here that should stay unbiased, but
We're currently allied with the Federation, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah, and this is a Federation weapon, albeit a...
Well, we're allied with the
It's a
Romulans
little
as
bit
well.
foolhardy.
it's a top secret Federation weapon.
So here's the thing:
that got lost and
you're not quite allied with the Romulans. The Romulans joined the war against the Dominion, but that's over now.
But that created peace talks, right? Or no?
Well, you're not, like I said, you're not at war with the Romulans, but
So I would ask him where his commanding officer, because we know they're all together. So I would ask him where his commanding officer is located on the ship. Because I assumed the bridge, but they may be where the weapon is trying to disarm it.
he's not sure who went where. But the bridge and engineering are two locations that he's sure that people have gone to.
Let's go.
So we could go to the bridge and take control of the ship and like get it out of there.
Potentially.
Let's do
We
it.
could.
So
I suggest before we go, we somehow get it so that the Romulans can't escape.
well, if the engineering is the other location, I assume this device is probably there.
Yeah, the
I don't
device.
want anyone beaming it off our ship either. This is our ship now. Like, I want to try and take it so we can keep the weapon.
Get your own Constitution class starship.
Well, I don't want them taking this weapon because they're going to use it against our allies, the Federation.
They might, yeah.
Or the Klingon Empire itself.
Right?
I mean, we could ask the captain, but at the same time, if the
Can we
captain,
take this ship and just control two ships?
Well, the ship is deteriorating quickly, and remember one of the warp nacelles is like shot. So
Okay.
this
what
ship
if we
is probably
self-destructed
mostly.
the ship? Or not even self-destructed, but decided, hey, if this weapon's on the ship, can we blow it up and then destroy the weapon? And then
You
that,
can leave and blow up the ship if you want to.
and that keeps it out of the Romulan hands and stops the time distortion.
Yep.
What would be the negative impacts of that? Romulans being really pissed at us?
What else is...
Basically, yeah. That might.
Is that really a negative?
It would.
So that's what we're going to try and do.
Yeah.
Seems like a normal thing.
Unless you guys have a better idea. I just think I don't want us having this weapon, them having this weapon, and I don't want these time distortions.
We could at least trust the Federation to do basically nothing all that harmful.
Well,
Just
so
their
it
zombies.
seems like the Federation was working on a top secret weapon, things went awry, and they're covering it up or not.
So
You know what I'm like?
I will point out that you getting back to the ship and then getting the ship in weapons range for your disruptor cannons and whatnot may, and this isn't for certain, but it may give the Romulans enough time to grab the device, haul it, just shove it into the shuttle, and take off in the shuttle.
So we could kill that guy right there. I guess it would be hard to, but we could try to initiate a self-destruct for like 20 seconds and then get out of there.
You
I have
can't.
an idea.
You guys, hold on. You guys cannot initiate a self-destruct right now. You don't have the access codes, and yeah,
Okay.
Self-destruct
I
is
have an
currently out of
idea.
the question.
Captain, hear me out.
Yeah.
I say we stun this poor Romulan here that's outmatched, and then blast every last console on this Romulan shuttle. Good luck getting off if they
Well,
can't
there's other-
get anything to fly.
There's other shuttles in that shuttle bay, right? Or am I
And they're all
mistaken?
Federation shuttles.
They're all Federation shuttles.
all
They can fly them, can't they, or no?
It's not clear. Some of them are pretty damaged from Tachyons.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we can
Yeah.
get one to work, we should be able to track it.
That's true. That's a good idea.
If we stun this guy, is he gonna wake back up in the scene? Like
No.
after? Okay, let's knock him out.
All right, who's going to shoot first?
I gotta pull my weapon out and hit him with it. It's a melee weapon, but I want to use it in the non-lethal way.
Okay, what weapon are you using?
It's the weapon on my character sheet. It's called the Orifice Invader.
I don't think that's a weapon on your character sheet, or at least it shouldn't be.
I wrote it in on mine a week or two ago.
Oh.
That sounds very sexual.
It's not, but its qualities is that it invades orifices, and the effects.
All right, what are you actually doing?
Well, what melee weapon do I have that can knock him out?
I mean, you could just punch him.
I'm gonna punch him as hard as I possibly can.
Okay, take a daring security.
Okay, how many dice? I want to
2.
use all the momentum I can to get.
Oh. I mean,
yeah.
You couldn't have spent that many, so I'm just going to use the first 3.
Okay.
Unless you want to pay me a threat.
I thought I could use enough momentum to roll 4.
Nope, you only had 2 momentum. Oh, sorry, yeah, you only had 2 momentum total, which means you could use the other one and then give me a threat.
Oh, my momentum factor is wrong. Yeah, I want to do that.
Okay.
Because I was dumb enough to roll 4. Well, not dumb enough,
well,
but
I'm going to spend a couple more threat and get myself 4 dice. So I'm going to use my own daring security. Ah. Aw. Alright, you win.
Yay! Brave Romulan. But he's not that brave.
Yeah. So roll your challenge dice for your unarmed attack.
What is that? Just 2 of them?
Whatever it says on the character sheet.
It says 2 right now.
And that's it should probably be at least 3. What does yours say, TD Lane?
I think it's 1 plus your security.
Yeah, it should be 3. Just change it to 3 if it's not 3 already.
Okay.
Okay, so you deal 4 non-lethal damage. He decides to shoot you, and let's see. I'm going to spend 3 more threat to give him an extra 2 dice because the difficulty goes up by 1 since you're in melee range. So this is going to be his control security. And oh no, he does in fact succeed. So he gets. Could someone roll 5 challenge dice? So yeah, you just took 7 points of damage, which means you now are going to suffer an injury unless you would like to spend a point of determination to avoid it.
I do not want to spend a point of determination.
All right, the captain is unconscious.
What? Wait.
I got knocked out so hard that I couldn't even use determination in time. I'm gonna go with that.
Oh, man.
All right. Who would like to go next?
I will shoot at this person.
Okay.
I disruptor pistol on non-lethal. That would be control security, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
That is a success, and in fact, you get a momentum back.
Okay. I have a question.
Yes.
So, Borak Had is unconscious?
Yep.
Who's the next in command then? Lorg?
Mm-hmm.
That would be me.
Okay.
First officer.
Lorg, I recommend we drag Borak Had back to the shuttle that we came here in and store him there.
I mean, yes, we're gonna... Once we damage this shuttle enough that's unusable, we're going to get out of Dodge, as the Terrans say.
You don't want to go look for the other Romulans? You just want to leave?
I think it would be best to return to the ship and send this weapon back to whence it came, and thus destroying it. And the Romulans along with it, because they're Romulans.
Because they're Romulans, I mean...
Okay. Oh, he's out.
Yeah.
And you get a momentum.
Big disruptor pistol.
Okay. So now, if you'd like, you can shoot up the controls. There's no check for that.
Yes.
All right.
Mogoth, take Borak back to the shuttle. Genson,
sir.
help me destroy the consoles.
All right. Well, you guys are successfully destroyed the consoles. So now you all piling back onto the shuttle.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Okay. So, take a Ensign Genson. You're going to take the same task to get past that you had to take to get through the rings in general, which was a what was it? Daring Con, yeah.
I'll assist.
All right, and then the ship fails, but whatever. You still get 2 momentum. Okay, so you get back on the ship, and now what?
I think we're going to power up weapon. We're going to get close first off.
All right. Well, okay, so you get close and you power up weapons.
Yes.
As you power up weapons, I spend my last threat, and a Dederadex class Romulan warbird decloaks really nearby, and you get a hail.
On screen?
All right. So wait, that's actually Lorg. Lorg is currently in charge.
Right on screen.
All right. You see a Romulan commander sitting at the captain's chair of the Romulan warbird, and says, "Klingon ship, this is Commander Marok of the Romulan Star Empire. We are engaged in legal salvage operations of this derelict starship. Please explain your charging of weapons while my crew is on board."
This Federation starship, it contains a dangerous weapon that we will not allow fall into Romulan hands. Either you can withdraw your crew without the weapon and allow us to destroy the ship and the weapon, or you can continue and attempt to stop us, and you and all of your crew will die.
Commander, I don't know anything about a dangerous weapon. However, I do know that we are engaged in completely legal salvage operations, and that any attempt to fire on either the USS Hamilton or my ship will be taken as an act of aggression, which will be responded to in kind. And let me just say that a Dederadex class warbird is more than a match for whatever your ship is. And by the way, that's not a lie. You guys will not win a fight against a Dederadex class warbird.
Crap.
The Galaxy class starship has trouble. You guys are in basically a souped up bird of prey.
Hmm.
1-on-1 fight, you guys are definitely losing. You will at the very least have to retreat.
Well, boy.
Your call. Oh, I'm sorry, what was your name again? He says?
I am Commander Lorg, acting captain, while Captain Borak is in medbay after one of the Romulans aboard the Hamilton injured him.
I see. Well, I'm very sorry to hear that your captain was injured. How did that come about?
The Romulan denied dropping his weapons.
Oh, and how did it come about that you boarded the ship that my crew was already engaged in salvage on, and then there was a firefight, apparently?
It was only one Hun Romulan. We're unsure how many others are on board the ship, but we suspect 8 more.
My goodness. Wait, your captain went on board the ship alone?
Oh, no. We were with him.
Oh.
But I would like to continue this conversation
I see.
in person aboard the Hamilton to ensure neither of us destroy each other's ships.
That's
in combat.
Unacceptable, Commander. But I do find it odd that an entire boarding party of Klingons resulted in an unconscious Klingon, and I assume you didn't murder my crew member?
No, he's only unconscious.
Oh. Oh, wait, why am I now hearing that apparently the shuttlecraft has been damaged?
That was intentional to ensure the Romulans did not attempt to escape with the weapon, which I am aware you are lying about.
So the Klingon Empire has decided to sabotage a legal salvage operation of the Romulan Star Empire. This might be some kind of diplomatic incident. I would suggest, acting captain, that you withdraw from the Carina system, allow us to finish, and leave it at that.
Hey, Lorg, I have a question. What territory are we in? Are we in Klingon territory?
I would assume so.
You are actually currently in territory that is not officially claimed, although Carina 9 is a joint operation between the Federation and the Klingon Empire. But while you're at peace, the Romulans aren't illegally here.
So I would, Lorg, if I were you, I would tell him that this is a Federation ship, and this territory is being, I guess, between the Klingons and the Federation, we're already conducting business in this territory. So they should probably leave any Federation ship away. Leave it alone, since it's not their ship, and the Federation can deal with their own stuff. Like, I don't see how they would have a right to a ship that's not theirs.
I've got something. Well, Captain, I would be willing to transport your Romulan crew members off the ship, showing them Klingon hospitality. Albeit, I would
Acting
like to...
Captain, let me stop you here. We both know that there are too many Tachyon emissions for anyone to really transport in or out. I'm going to be sending another shuttle. Any attempts to interfere with my shuttle will be met with immediate response from my weapons officer. Need I remind you, you will not come off the better of this. I suggest you simply leave well enough alone. Acting Captain.
Captain, this is that is a Federation vessel, and we are allies of the Federation. It would be most dishonorable for us to not search it prior to see if there are any crew members or perhaps anything of Federation property on board.
This conversation is starting to bore me. We're engaged in legal salvage. This ship has been abandoned for over a century. If the Federation had wanted it, they could have come get it.
We suspect it was a temporal anomaly that brought it here 6 months ago.
Well, if that's the case, I'm sure our scientists will make a report to the Federation about how that could have happened.
Romulan scientists making a report to the Federation?
Oh, of course. We have nothing but the utmost respect for our neighbors, the Federation. But I think this conversation is at an end. I would suggest that you choose the better part of valor, and the connection cuts out.
Alright, so we're basically...
By the way, Bent, if you would like to be on the bridge, you can take control of Lieutenant Klang.
We're boned if we fight.
Okay.
Can we try to contact any Federation ships, or even Klingon ships in the area?
There aren't any terribly close. They're likely to finish their operation before you can get anyone else here, but you certainly can.
I think we should do that first and foremost.
Are you sure the Enterprise is in the area? They could probably pull some shenanigans to get here in, like,
the Enterprise is not in the area. But you can contact Starfleet if you want to.
Can we contact the Discovery and they can use their spore drive?
No. Shut up.
That's supposed to be top secret hush-hush anyways.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have to be very quiet about certain information.
Alright, so you see a shuttlecraft launch from the shuttle bay of the Warbird.
I suppose we should pull back and attempt to contact Starfleet.
Okay. So you can easily open a channel to a Starfleet, which basically is going to go to a Narendra station. So the Starfleet commander says, this is Narendra station, go ahead.
This is Acting Captain Lorg. Captain Borach is currently unconscious after a skirmish with a Romulan on board a derelict Federation vessel.
A derelict Federation vessel?
Yes. We have located the Federation starship Hamilton, and we suspect it has a Federation top-secret weapon. We want to return this to the Federation utmost, but we need to prevent it from getting into the Romulan hands. Are there any vessels you can send here to assist us? We are a bit outmatched.
Stand by, Captain. And the feed goes silent, and you can see the commander, and she's clearly typing something and speaking to someone, but she's turned away from you, so you can't really see what she's saying. And she comes back and says, Captain Lorg, was it?
Commander Lorg.
Sorry,
Captain.
Commander Lorg. We do not have ships that are within 10 hours of your location. But I cannot confirm or deny why the Hamilton might be there, or whether or not there may have been any, as you say, so-called top secret weapon.
Are there any Federation tricks to taking out the Deredex warbird in a single shot? As if not, or
no, there are not.
Why don't you ask them if they would be willing to help us maybe self-destruct this ship?
Which ship? The Hamilton?
The Hamilton, so that the Romulans don't get their hands on this device. Like if there's some kind of code that we can transmit to the ship to make it self-destruct.
All right. She says, I could probably pull out self-destruct codes, but if the warp drive isn't online, that's not going to help. The self-destruct mechanism on a Constitution-class starship requires the warp drive to be up. Is the warp drive up?
We are unsure. We withdrew from the ship before we went to engineering.
Oh, it's a difficulty 0. It's a difficulty 0. Let's say reason engineering. So Dakota, you could probably just take that, or you could just scan without rolling.
Yep. Yeah, I can determine that readily enough.
The warp drive is not online. They are on auxiliary power, which basically means they're on battery.
I mean, I guess we could destroy the Federation ship too, but then we're just going to be
fired on.
Chased and probably killed. Yeah.
Well, you guys can cloak too.
Aren't we really fast? Isn't our ship super fast?
It's pretty fast.
Is it faster than a Romulan?
You could probably destroy the ship, cloak, and GTFO. But it is going to be considered an act possibly even raising up to like war starting level with the Romulan Empire.
What'd you do today? We just,
started Interstellar War.
Started an Interstellar War with the Romulans. What's new? It's true, it is the Romulans. Although I wonder what the Federation would do. They're like, oh, we're not going to help you, even though you're the ones that, you did us a favor.
That's a good question. What is the Federation going to do if you do that?
We have quantum torpedoes.
I mean, you could make very short work of the Hamilton.
But that won't hurt the bird of prey, these quantum torpedoes?
I mean, if you fire it at the Hamilton, no.
Well, if we fired at the bird of prey, we wouldn't be able to destroy them. You said we can't, but I'm just, because I thought we had some talents like rapid fire torpedo launchers and.
I mean, you could deal some damage. You might be able to get a couple of breaches, but the chances of you being able to completely take out a Deredex warship. Like, remember this, right? Your ship is about the size of, say, Voyager, right? Which means you're significantly smaller. Actually, you're about the same size as the Constitution-class starship. Now, think about how much bigger a Galaxy-class starship is.
Sure, but I mean, the Defiant...
The Deredex is bigger than that.
The Defiant was a small ship, but that had a lot of weapons.
It has fewer weapons than you do. Sorry, more weapons.
Could we take out their weapons, at least?
You could try.
Could we take out their warp drive? In which case, they would basically be sitting duck until they could get repaired.
You could try, but they'd shoot back.
Yeah, but they'll shoot back, and again, None of Romulans have better stealth than our warp than Klingons.
You're about equal.
So in which case we're doing the classic submarine.
But pretty soon, if you don't pick a course of action, I'm going to give myself an extra threat.
So here's our options. We can attempt to do damage to the Romulan vessel that forces it to withdraw due to damage to, say, their warp drive, which would basically make it so what's the point of this operation at this point? We could attempt to destroy the Hamilton before they extract the weapon and then GTFO. Or we could simply let them have it, which would solve the issues on the planet, but it would give the Romulans a highly dangerous, if possibly non-functional weapon. Or we can cross our fingers and hope there's a Klingon ship that can get here soon, as we haven't contacted any of the Klingon in the area. I personally think that doing a hit and run on the Hamilton would perhaps be the best option.
I mean, we did tell him we're going to destroy the Hamilton, so we could just tell him real quick too, like, hey, we're destroying the Hamilton in 30 seconds. Get off or die. Although they might just attack us.
They'll probably just shoot us then.
Alright, I'm giving myself a threat.
I would contact, see if you can contact any Klingons.
Can we approach cloaked, uncloak, basically launch every torpedo we have in the Hamilton, and then recloak and yeet?
I mean, you can do a rapid fire volley right now, and it wouldn't. You're within range of it now, so it doesn't matter if you cloak first or cloak after or whatever.
Yeah, we can kill the Hamilton and then cloak and get out.
You'll probably take at least one round of disruptor fire from the Romulan warbird.
So I would at least contact Klingons before we do that. See if there's any other ships.
Okay. See if we can't bring up communications to see if there aren't any Klingon ships within close proximity of the Karina system.
Alright, you get the Klingon commander on the render station. Says, Commander Lord, is that you?
Yes, I am acting captain while Mogoth is in.
I don't care why you're acting captain. What is it?
We have located a derelict Federation starship that has a potential weapon on it that could be considerably dangerous if it falls in the Romulan hands. There's a Romulan Dederidex warbird that is outside of our range of capabilities to take on alone. Are there any ships that can assist us?
All of our ships in the area are at Narendra Station or in the Shackleton Expanse.
Can any of them get to us within several hours?
If by several you mean 40.
Understood. We're going to attempt to take actions and prevent them from getting the weapon.
Kapla.
Should we ask any of our authority what we should do?
I'm going to be giving myself 2 threats soon.
We have to make a decision.
Alright, let's just destroy the ship. That's what I would do.
Alright.
Okay. So
Can we bring up deflectors as much as possible before opening fire?
I mean, if by that you mean shields, yeah, sure, you have your shield. You can say you have your shields up. Which will cost a point of power, but whatever, you've got plenty.
Alright, bring shields to full and rapid fire as many torpedoes as possible into the Hamilton.
Okay, so let's see. The weapons, so quantum torpedoes, you're also in disruptor range. So we are going into combat. As acting captain, you can choose to use your own task to fire, or you can choose to order other people to.
I will do it myself, as I am very well adept with weapon systems.
Alright, what weapon would you like to fire?
Quantum torpedoes.
I will let you know right now that the disruptor cannons actually have higher damage.
Disruptor cannons it is.
Okay, take a control security check, and it will be assisted by the ships. What is it? Weapons security.
I'm going to use my weapon systems focus and roll 2 dice with a complication range of 1.
Okay, and you can have focus on. Okay, and then so you gain 2 momentum for a very good check, and roll 10 challenge dice.
Oh boy. Nope, that's not right.
Oh, there you go. Why did it do that? I don't know, whatever. 1, 2... Is it vicious? Disruptor cannons, difficulty, power... so, let's see.
Vicious, yes.
Disruptor cannon?
Disruptor cannon.
Yeah, vicious 1, yeah, okay. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so you managed to breach the ship and, actually, you get an extra breach, so hold on a second. Yeah, okay, you have effectively destroyed. However, it is now the Romulans' turn.
Okay.
And let's see. Let me get the warbird up. No, not bird of prey. I want the warbird. Romulan or bird. Where'd you go? Okay, so they decide to shoot you with their disruptor banks.
Very good.
So let's see.
Can I use my evasive maneuvers focus and somehow try to dodge this?
Not yet. Okay, so they, in fact, let's see. So they're using their weapons. So they hit you. And let's see how much damage they do. So give me a second. So let's see. Why is it
I'll roll.
doing that? That's weird.
You need a 10 roll?
There you go.
Yeah, that's what it should say. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Broken for you.
Yeah, thanks, D20 or roll 20. So let's see. Your ship has a size of 4, so you take 2 points of shield damage, and that's all that happens. And it is now someone else's turn. It could be Ensign Gensen, who could activate the cloaking device and then GTFO.
I say,
that is the plan.
yeah.
Okay. So you blow up the Hamilton, cloak, and then you guys run.
Is there any course you want me to go to?
I mean, this is basically the end of the episode, so. Alright, so what we are going to go ahead now is say that is it. We now roll end credits that I don't actually have, because whatever, I don't have end credits. But you guys...
As a last word, running is dishonorable, but knowing to retreat when you are outmatched is a wise decision and shows a level head.
Sometimes you gotta get going. But Bent, you did not die because you weren't even fatally injured. You were just regular injured.
Huzzah.
Yeah, but my head hurts though, right? And then I'm sleeping because of it.
Sure,
In
but
a coma? Am I in a coma?
no, you're just
What's it like in a coma?
I don't know. I've never been in one. But we're gonna call it for tonight. Thank you everybody for watching. We went a bit over 2 hours, but still significantly less than last time. Come back next week for another episode. This will be episode 3 of Star Trek House of Torg. Hopefully we can get Corporal Anon back. But hey, and you get to see whether or not, or how Commander Kruge is doing with his near fatal injuries. But thank you for watching, everyone who did. I'm the Dapper Dinosaur. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye.
All right.